Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Kearney Show, and I'm Kearney, your favorite relationship expert. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me give everybody a minute to come in. I just want to say our main objective in life is to be the best, highest version of ourselves. So share this out, share, because we're going to learn some things tonight. We are going to learn some things tonight. So y'all forgive me because I'm working three different devices, right? I'm on my TikTok, I'm on my Instagram, and I'm on my YouTube. It's kind of creepy, but it's okay. So good evening, good evening, good evening. If it's your first time seeing me, my name is Kearney. I'm a certified life and relationship coach, and I specialize on helping families navigate through the devastation of infidelity. So I have gotten so many inboxes about KeKe Palmer and Usher. So I'm going to address this one time and one time only. And I did not want to do it tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock because in the morning I'm trying to stay on a positive note. I'm trying to inspire, encourage, and motivate. Even though here I'm trying to inspire, encourage, and motivate as well. But this is a little bit different. So good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome again to the Kearney Show. I'm Kearney, your favorite relationship expert. If you want to participate in the chat, please do. I will answer your questions. I have no problem answering. So I'm going to tell y'all what I learned from the Usher and KeKe Palmer situation. Right? So first of all, the first thing I want to say is some things should remain private. Some things should remain private. That's the first thing I want everybody on here to learn. In your relationship, there are just some things that should remain private. Everybody was so up in arms when this young man, Darius, I believe his name is, said to KeKe Palmer, she shouldn't have had that outfit on. So if you don't know the story, the back end of the story, let me just fill you in on that. So KeKe Palmer went to Usher's concert. And she had on a very revealing dress, like a see-through dress with a thong in the back where you could see her whole behind. And she actually was serenaded by Usher. The problem wasn't that she was serenaded by Usher. The problem was the interaction. For me, this is just my opinion. The problem for me was the interaction and the fact that she purposefully turned around to make sure that Usher saw her butt. She purposely interacted with him in a way that would make anybody's man upset. Now, KeKe's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, allegedly they're not together. I saw an article today because I tried to do a little bit of research when everybody started bombarding me with this story that they're not together. And he said, good co-parenting can happen in separate houses or something like that to allude that they're not together. So she turned around and it got out of hand. And her boyfriend, who's a young man, right? KeKe Palmer and her boyfriend are 29 in their late 20s. So they're young people. They're very young people. They got a lot to learn. Let's just say that. And the young man went online like all young people do. The young man went online like all young people do. And some of us old heads. Some of us need to learn how to put our phones down. Most of us need to learn how to put our phones down when we are going through something or we're in our emotions. Most of us, especially our young people, because they grew up with a phone in their hand. So immediately they go to their audience to get confirmation or they get to see who's on whose side. So he went on the internet and he said, listen, saying that she was dressed inappropriately and that you're a mom now. So everybody act like he was mom shaming. First of all, y'all always talking about somebody shaming somebody. And y'all always want to attack somebody. The young man had a moment where he was in his feelings. He should have kept it in the house and he should have talked to her when she got home. But it wasn't that big of a deal. So if they broke up, if they're not together now, the first thing that I'm going to teach y'all today is that if one small misunderstanding ended your relationship, somebody didn't want to be in that relationship anyway. Because if you want to be in a relationship with somebody, you will fight for that relationship. And maybe this is not just one small situation because we're only seeing what we saw online. So maybe this is not one small situation, but what I learned is one small misunderstanding. If it can break up your relationship, then it was already a problem. So KeKe Palmer turned around, the boyfriend went online and said, you shouldn't have did that. And he was upset saying, you're a mother and blah, blah, this. And he didn't appreciate the fact that she embarrassed him. Right? Let's get it straight. She straight embarrassed him by turning around and showing Usher her butt, which was not necessary. Anywho, so now Usher put out a song today. After KeKe Palmer's sons, I had to call people baby daddies, black people. I hate to call us baby daddies and baby mamas because we got to get out of that whole frame of mind too, baby mama, baby daddy. After all of this happened with the father of KeKe's child, he was embarrassed and humiliated by the interaction between Usher and KeKe. It caused a whole big frenzy on social media. These people ripped this poor young man apart, called him all kind of things, disrespected him, emasculated him, told him he was insecure, really ripped this young man apart, which I don't think was necessary. As a black woman and a black mother, I don't think that was necessary, especially black women. We got to fall back and stop sometimes. So they ripped this young man apart. And after all of that, Usher puts out a song called Boyfriend. And guess who he asked to be in the video? KeKe Palmer. And guess who said yes? KeKe Palmer. And the first line on the song is, I heard your boyfriend looking for me. Y'all already know y'all emasculating this young man. Y'all already know that y'all disrespecting, disregarding his feelings and degrading him. Both KeKe Palmer and Usher. So Usher asked her to be in his video. The first thing I'm going to say is, Usher, you always been messy. I love your music, and my nieces will tell you I killed them for many, many years with the song Burn. Burn is one of my all-time favorite songs produced by Brian Michael Cox. Like Burn, I will burn you up with that song. If you around me, you will know that I love Burn. I love Burn. I love Usher. I'm an Usher-aholic, not the new stuff so much. But I really am an Usher fan of his music. Usher, you messy. You've been messy. You've been messy for a long time, but maybe somebody need to call you out now that you're 44 years old. You messy and you know you shouldn't have did this. How would you like if somebody did this to you in the middle of your relationship after you had a baby a few months ago? So somebody need to call Usher and tell Usher you real corny. If ain't nobody else gonna say it, I'ma say it. You real corny for even engaging KeKe in being in your video, for even offering that to her, knowing that her home was already disturbed and that there's a child that's involved. One thing I'm going to say about anybody, if money, likes, and fame can move you, I don't want you in my circle because you have no loyalty. If money, likes, and fame can move you, I have no room for you in my circle because you lack loyalty. If money can move you, I got to be afraid to even let you in my circle because I'm not even going to trust you. Just messy. Usher, you messy. You messy and it's not funny and it's not cute. And again, this is what I'm going to say too. I listened to the song. And I'm not trying to tear nobody down. This is just my opinion. I listened to the song several times and I watched the video just so I could see why they were sending me the video and why everybody was up in arms. One, the song is average. And I'm saying this for a legend, for an icon in the music business. After putting out something like Burn and other songs and Confessions, this is average compared to what your fans were looking for. So I understand why you would bring KeKe Palmer into this video because you knew in your heart maybe, and I'm just making an assumption because this is the Kearney show and I get to say what I want to say, and this is my opinion. You knew in your heart that this song will not have crossed over to millions of people like it is right now because you knew once KeKe Palmer was on that video and on that promo that people was going to listen to your song. And shame on you for using KeKe because KeKe's a baby. KeKe's a baby compared to Usher and us. I'm 53, Usher's 44. KeKe's 20. KeKe's a baby, and we're supposed to protect the babies, and we're supposed to protect Black families. So, Usher, I am disappointed in you for even involving this young couple in your messiness to promote your song because you didn't have faith in your own song, your own talent. And I'm sorry to say it, but the song is average. And if KeKe Palmer wasn't on the song, on the video, you probably would not have a million people. Because you know it's going to go to 1 million people because of the messiness. You know millions of people going to watch it because of the messiness. But what you're doing is you're affecting a family. Now, Usher gonna go home to his woman, and I'm not even gonna say nothing about his woman because I don't know what her thoughts are. So I don't want to throw her under the bus to say, what does this say about the content of her character? Because if it was my man, I would be like, that's messy. Like, you're not doing that. Leave them people alone. And I don't know if she said that to him or not, because men and people do what they want to do when they want to do it. But if she did not say that to him, she messy too. But we don't know what she said or how their relationship might be going on right now with him gyrating all over women and the exchange that he had with KeKe Palmer. I'm not sure if they had any problems in their house after that. Because myself, I'm not insecure at all, but I would have had a conversation with my husband or my boo, my man, my babe, and I would have been like, yo, dude, like, what do you think you're doing? Okay, let's just have this conversation about boundaries and how far you can go as a creator. Because I know you're an artist, and we all know that these artists are artists. Sierra, Usher. But after you get into relationships, there's some boundaries that you need not cross. Period. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. There's some boundaries that you need not cross no more, especially when you're an established artist. And when you do these tricks to get likes and money, your loyalty is in question for me. So Usher, go somewhere and have several seats, and don't use people to promote your music in a messy way. Because you knew as soon as you put KeKe Palmer on this song with everything that went on 2 or 3 weeks ago in Vegas, that this was a problem. So you messy Marvin, and you get the donkey of the day, as the Breakfast Club would say. You are the donkey of the day in my book. And I hope you check yourself next time, because listen, I'm not saying you lost a fan, because I'm never not going to be able to not listen to Burn. However, I won't be going any further with you for a little while because we just broke up. So we're going to keep it moving. So let me say this to KeKe. Number one, I learned that one small mistake, one small misunderstanding, if it can end your relationship, you didn't want to be in a relationship in the first place. Number two, loyalty is rare. When a person shows you who they are, believe them, because loyalty is rare. And then I want to say, let's just say this. KeKe Palmer is very young, and I want her to learn this lesson, and I want everybody to learn this lesson. I'm only going to be on here till 8:30 because I said my show going to be 30 minutes from now on, because I'll come back and give y'all some more next time. But let me say this to KeKe Palmer. Let me say this to Usher. What you do, what you think, what you say, and what you do. How you treat people is a boomerang that's coming back to find you. And baby, karma ain't kind to nobody. I don't care. Karma ain't kind to nobody. What you think about somebody, what you say about somebody, and what you do to somebody is coming back to find you. It's a boomerang that's coming back to find you. And KeKe, we saw you online with your boo, with this young man, and y'all was booed up. So to let something like this in media and the public opinion and everybody jumping on a bandwagon to say he was wrong, and for you not to take this into your house, you're just as wrong as he is. But you out here frolicking around doing all this stuff to disrespect him. And the one thing I'm going to say too about Black women, let me say this about Black women. Again, let me say just karma will come back and find you, and the public will turn on you. That's what I want you to know too. That's why I was talking about the public. The public will turn on you. Ask Lizzo. The public will turn on you. The sponsors will turn on you. And I'm not talking about for this situation, but the folks outside of your house will turn on you like a barracuda. So don't play. You and your boo was booed up, cute, all this other stuff. Remember this, and this is for everybody. Remember who's there when the makeup's not on. Remember who's there when the bundles ain't on. Remember who's there when the eyelashes ain't on. Remember who was there before you had the bad baby bod, the bad baby mama bod. Remember who was there for you. Because these folks out here in these streets, KeKe, They don't mean you no good. They don't mean you no good. So just remember that that man was with you when you ain't had that makeup on your face. That man was with you when you ain't had that weave in your hair. That man was with you and he liked you for you. And it's hard to find people in this world that like you for you. So I hope that you ended this and you and him ended this on a decent note because there's a child involved. But what you're doing right now is very messy. And some people said it's a publicity stunt and all of this other stuff. If this is a publicity stunt from Usher and KeKe to fool the people who support them, y'all are way more manipulative and sick than I thought y'all was. Because I don't want to buy anything from you if you want to upset the world by breaking down a black family, because I got a problem with that. I don't know about the rest of the children, but I have a problem with that if this is a publicity stunt, and I feel sorry for that your family broke up. I feel sorry that your family broke up. So please, I hope that this is not a publicity stunt. So we got to stop with this black on black crime. Black men against black women. We all get to make mistakes. Every relationship, there's going to be a hiccup. Every relationship, your partner's going to make a mistake. And if you can't have grace and mercy, then you don't belong in a relationship right now, because no relationship is going to be perfect. And this young man really did not do something so bad that the whole world had to crucify him. He made a poor choice in his feelings, and it should have been forgiven by KeKe, and it should have been kept in the house. The last thing I'm going to say, because I don't know how long I'm going to be on here with Jermaine frolicking around. Oh, he closed the door. But I'm going to say this, and I want y'all to take this, and I want y'all to remember this. I know y'all be hating on Beyonce and Jay-Z, and a lot of people be hating on Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship or whatever, and outside of their beliefs and all that. I just want to say this about them. We never found out what happened in the elevator. We never found out what happened in the elevator. Remember him and Solange got into the situation of the fight? And that's how your relationship is supposed, and it was public. It was public. It went viral because somebody said they had a fight on the elevator. But we never found out what happened in the elevator. Beyonce never drugged Jay-Z. Solange never drugged Jay-Z. It was a family matter that happened. And of course, somebody knew that there was a fight in the elevator. So we did find out about that. But they never said what happened in the elevator. I still don't know what happened in the elevator. So we have to learn how to keep our business in our homes as black families, as black people. This is not black men against black women. And I got to say this too. We as black women, what KeKe Palmer is doing right now, this is not the first time she's been messy with this. She done said some other things and did some other videos and all that. People said she making lemonade out of lemons. No, you don't make lemonade out of lemons by crucifying your child's father. You don't make lemonade out of lemons by emasculating your child's father. You don't make lemonade out of lemons at the cost of somebody else. You don't make lemonade out of lemons by sacrificing somebody else's feelings, by hurting somebody else. So I'm going to say this. If the shoe was on the other foot, and this was a man that was doing this to a black woman would be going crazy. Just like y'all went crazy because he said something to KeKe online and he should have waited till she got home. Why are y'all okay with the messiness that she got going on? Why are y'all praising and hallelujah and her with the messiness that she has going on? She's dragging this thing out. But if the shoe was on the other foot and he was talking about her over and over again, about how she's dressing, if this was him ranting right now on social media every day about her, y'all would have a problem with it. So why are y'all okay with her dragging this young man? because this is why y'all are okay with that. And this is what we have to change as sisters. This is for black women. I don't know about other women. This is for black women. We have to stop always defending black women no matter how wrong they are because they are black women. Black women will always defend black women no matter how wrong she is because she's a black woman. And that's whack. Wrong is wrong and right is right. And we cannot defend our black women because they're black. And we are the most hated, most unprotected, most whatever that saying is. Everything does not equate to that. Now, when we're talking about wages and we are talking about diversity and inclusion, we can say those things. But when we start just defending black women because they black women, when we start voting for black women just because they're black women, we have a serious problem. We should vote for a black woman because of her policies and her politics and what she's going to do for the country. And I'm not speaking about anybody in particular, but we shouldn't be voting for anybody just because they're black. We shouldn't be defending anybody just because they're black. Everybody, all black, a lot of black women, I'm not going to say all, there's a lot of black women that will sit and argue and say, I seen like, because I went and I looked with all this going on with KeKe and her man. If you just tuned in, you're tuned in to Trey Kearney, the Trey Kearney Show, and I'm Trey Kearney, your favorite relationship expert, and I'm breaking some things down about KeKe Palmer. I saw a lot of black women in the comments saying he started it. He started it and she finishing it. Finishing what? Destroying their house? Being a single black mother? Like, this is not a game. This is not a game of something that could have been worked out unless there were other things that were underlying that we don't know about. But if this was the one thing that broke the camel's back because of what society is saying, because of the public opinion, KeKe, I'm going to ask you to reel yourself in. Because this is not going to be so cute at night when you by yourself. Because let me tell y'all something. People like, oh, he lucked up because KeKe got all this money and blah, blah. I ain't never seen nobody snuggle up to $100 bill. I ain't never seen nobody snuggle up to $100 bill. I ain't never heard a $100 bill open up its mouth and encourage and love on somebody through sickness and in health. I ain't never seen a $100 bill bring somebody a cup of tea and some Theraflu when they were sick. I ain't never seen no $100 bill or no red bottoms do nothing emotional, spiritually, and mentally for anybody. I ain't never seen it. So don't let that money, don't let this fame, and don't let them likes fool you. Again, because the public will turn on you like a snake in a minute. So remember, again, KeKe, who was there when you in your natural state. Remember who was there when nobody else was there in the middle of the night. Remember who was there when you was dancing around and you was going through that pregnancy and y'all was having a good time. Remember when you liked him. Remember those things. And this is for people in marriage. This is for people in marriage as well. Don't let people get into your house. Don't let people get into your head. And don't let people get into your heart. Because people will turn on you after your relationship has dissolved and they won't even check on you. And you will be looking crazy. Keep your business in your home. And I'm not talking about toxic, dysfunctional, we hide and let the uncle touch somebody. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about relationship things that go on that are normal. A disagreement. All of this happened because of a disagreement. And everybody jumped on the bandwagon. Now we have another black single mother. We have another black man who's being emasculated and humiliated in front of millions of people. And it's just not worth it. Let me read some of y'all comments. Hold on. Because my TikTok family be going in. Y'all quiet over here on Instagram. Let me read some of y'all comments really quickly. Hold on. Wait a second. Y'all know I can't. I literally just commented that she was corny. Yes. Humility on social media. KeKe is wrong. Yes. He should not have aired her out on social media, just like she shouldn't have aired him out. Right. I'm throwing it all the way back for Usher. Like they said, it's hard enough to find someone in this world love you, but just imagine being famous. Right. I'm going working on myself. She will be fine. I'm sure she will be fine. I'm sure she will. But you know what? Let me say this. I know people that messed up their relationship, a good person in their life. Oh, my time is up. A good person in their life 10 years ago who's still not fine. They're with somebody that they had to settle for, but they're still not fine. So, to some degree, I'm sure she will be fine, but sometimes we live with regret because we didn't pump our brakes and pause and say, is the fame worth my family? Is the fame worth me losing somebody who really likes me and not for my money, who really genuinely likes me? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? KeKe is wrong, plain and simple, right? Facts preach. The relationship was already over. Due respect. He's a baby daddy. He's not a baby daddy. And let me tell y'all what we're gonna stop saying on social media and all these platforms. As Black people, I don't know what color you are. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you're a man or a woman. But what we gonna do is we gonna stop calling men baby daddies. That is her child's father. And we're gonna stop calling women baby mama. That is his child's mother. Until we start respecting each other and stop taking these ghetto hood titles off of us, that's what we'll always be to the world. That's the only thing we'll ever be to the world until we start correcting our own behaviors, until we stop this Black on Black crime and calling each other names and pitting each other against each other. And people coming on here, he started it, she finished. Who's more right and who's more wrong? We have to stop because it's not helping the Black family dynamic at all. It's not helping us at all. We're losing. We're losing. And this is another reason why so many Black men don't stand up, don't say anything, have fallen back because they get crucified for the smallest mistake. Yes, he went online and said that she shouldn't have wore what she wore, or you're a mother right now. It wasn't that serious. It wasn't that serious. I'm sorry to say it, but it really wasn't that serious. If beauty was a crime, he would get a life sentence. Thank you, Gregory. KeKe is disgraceful, plain and simple. She created a broken home. Right. KeKe has karma that she isn't ready for. To each his own. They said Solange doesn't like the way Jay-Z treats Beyonce and he keeps her drug. Who is they said? I ain't never heard that in my life. I ain't never heard that. Saying he was living on her dime. He was not living on her dime. Stop it, y'all. This is what's wrong with people. This is what people love to pick the negativity out of the situation. He was living on her dime. He was living just fine before she walked into his life. He was living just fine. His sister's an actress that was on the show, I think, Insecure. This boy was living just fine. So money is not everything. And the love of money is the root of all evil. So money's not everything. Again, like I said, I ain't never seen nobody snuggle up to $100 bill. I ain't never seen $100 million bill walk into a hospital when you on your deathbed. I ain't never seen none of it. I ain't never seen a U-Haul truck behind a hearse. I ain't never seen a money truck behind a hearse. So we got to stop thinking that just because KeKe Palmer got money, so what? So what? Because she got more money than him, she get to go out here and be acting reckless? No. This young man made a bad decision. He made a mistake. And now the whole world thinks that, oh, he started this. Stop. Let's all just stop. So again, the things that I learned is one small misunderstanding will truly show you who a person is. One small misunderstanding will truly show you who a person is who said they was ride or die or down for you. One small misunderstanding, because this was small. Number two, if money moves you, money, fame, and likes moves you, your loyalty is in question. And that's for anybody. This is not even big stars. This is the people that are around you in your circle. If a like or money or some sort of I want to grow my this or I want people to like me will move you, your loyalty is in question. Number 3, what you think, what you say, and what you do to people is a boomerang that's coming back to find you. You reap what you sow. Be careful how you treat people. Be careful what you put out in this atmosphere. Be careful how you treat people that you said you love. How you say you love this man. How you say you love this man and then do this. That's my question. Because I wouldn't even do this to somebody that really did something to me. That not a man that I was in a relationship with. I'm not dragging no man that I was in a relationship with. I'm not dragging no black man, period. There's enough of that going on amongst us. We really have become black men against black women and black women against black men. And we really have to reel that back in so we don't have more single parent homes, single moms and single dads. So we don't have to talk about how to co-parent effectively when we could just be under the same roof together and have the biological mother and the biological father raising their child together. Or if the parents come together and they decide to adopt a child, and then we just need to have our family units intact again. And the only way to start doing that is to be able to have conflict resolution skills, communication skills, life skills. No, I have a program that I teach called Life Skills, and it talks about communication, and it talks about conflict resolution, and it talks about resilience, and it talks about respect, and it talks about critical thinking, and it talks about decision making, and it talks about problem solving. So we don't make rash decisions because the world is saying, and social media is can be just so toxic to family. So be careful where you go get your information from, and always know who's in your corner. Not who's in your circle, who's in your corner, who has your back, who are the people that will reel you in and say, listen, let's just pause for a minute. Don't talk about this no more on social media. Don't Usher, and Usher, again, he didn't force her to do this. And KeKe could have said no. Like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And her saying that I've always wanted to be in a video or always wanted to be, you could have worked on another project. You could have even, when all this blew over, you could have even did a duet. You could have did something else. Y'all really did this and y'all corny for it. This is just my opinion. Y'all really did this and y'all corny and it's whack. And again, the song is It wasn't like it's not like I'm gonna go back and listen to the song. And I'm an Usher fan, but I wasn't expecting to be manipulated into listening to the song, because I had to go listen to the song because KeKe Palmer was in the video and everybody was DMing me asking me what I thought about the video and what I thought about the song. And I went and listened to the song, and on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 5. Yes, she is young, lady. I said that from the beginning. She's young. She got a lot to learn. But when we have elders, Usher, you are elder with the rest of us, Usher. You are elder. When we have elders, they're supposed to lead us away from the potholes, the pitfalls, and the dead ends. We are supposed to be the leaders. We're supposed to make sure our young people are going in the right direction. Usher is supposed to be the person who respects this young man, not disrespects him, disregards him, and degrades him in front of millions of people. No, Usher, no. So thank y'all so much for tuning into the Trey Kearney Show. I'm Trey Kearney. I'm your favorite relationship expert. I come here on Wednesdays just to talk about things. Y'all was in my inbox today sending me this Usher, this little clip where he talking about, I know your boyfriend looking for me. And I'm like, oh, no, we're not doing this. Usher's not the married type. He's best or single. Usher messy. Usher messy in relationships. Usher messy. Usher been messy in relationships. We have watched Usher's messiness. But please don't drag the young people in this, because this is a family. And they were fine up until all this happened. They were fine up until all of this happened. And I'm sad, and I pray that they are able to work together for the sake of the baby if they're not together. And I pray that maybe they can be together and they can work through this. And this is just a hiccup in the road. And that maybe they can go get coaching and counseling and help that they need and good counsel around them so that their child can grow up in a home with both of them. Because it's not impossible. It's not too late. Everybody makes mistakes. But sometimes you got to get out of the limelight. You got to dial it back. You got to take some time to self-reflect and say, wait a minute, let me pause. Let me pause. Usher been messy for over 20 years. Yes, he has. Sometimes you just got to sit back, and the people who are around you are very, very important, especially for our young people. The older people who are around you are very important. If they have not had healthy relationships and they have not gotten help or worked on themselves, they should not be the people that are advising you. The public should never even be an option. The public opinion is trash. Most people who are watching publicly are unhappy, jealous, broke, and upset, and they want to see you in the same seat. So be careful. Again, thank y'all for tuning into the Trey Kearney Show. I love y'all. I wish you the best. We as Black people have to be the best, highest version of ourselves, because KeKe's behavior cannot be blamed on Darius, and Darius's behavior cannot be blamed on KeKe. We are all individuals, and if we are all operating as the best, highest versions of ourselves, what a wonderful world it would be. We wouldn't be talking about KeKe Palmer and Darius right now, because both of them would have operated in the best, highest version of themselves. So you take this pledge with me tonight and say, I will be the best, highest version of myself at all times, no matter what he does, no matter what she does, no matter what he says, no matter what she says. I will be the best, highest version of myself, and I will control myself, because what I do says nothing about anybody else, and it says everything about the content of my character. How I behave says nothing about anybody else and says everything about the content of my character. How I walk, talk, the decisions that I make says nothing about anybody else and speaks volumes about the content of my character. So I will be the best, highest version of myself in every circumstance and every situation. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. You can find me at www.treykearney.com. You can find me over on TikTok at Trey Kearney 26. You can find me over on Instagram at Trey Kearney, and you can check out the Trey Kearney Show and 7 or 8 other shows on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. The New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Please go subscribe. If you would like to advertise with us, y'all want to see my bracelet? This is my bracelet from Tony Pines. Let me show y'all. It's my favorite new piece. I love this bracelet. If you would like to advertise with us, it says Jesus, and it's leather, and it's really, really nice, and I love it, and I just ordered some more stuff from her. So if you'd like to advertise, you can email me. If you have a book, if you are a small business, if you are trying to get in front of some eyes, I talk to your people. You can email me info@treykearney.com. info@treykearney.com. Peace and blessings. I love y'all. Remember what I tell you at the end of all my broadcasts. You deserve the best. Yes, I'm talking to you. You deserve the best. Now go get it. Peace and blessings. And I will see y'all next time for the Trey Kearney Show. And I'm your favorite relationship expert, Trey Kearney. Peace.